Welcome to It Was All a Dream official podcast. I am your host, Ashley Greggins, and we are on episode 5. So today's guest is Carla, and she owns Young Fitness. She is a PT, and I am so excited to have somebody in that is in from a different avenue of business. I'm excited to talk to her and just excited to see what the future holds for her. So Carla, welcome to the It Was All a Dream official podcast. Are you nervous?
I'm a little bit nervous, but let's get it done. Yeah. I'm excited as well.
You're going to be fabulous. Okay, so I like to start off with some little icebreakers. Okay. So what I want to know is adventure holiday or sunbathing holiday?
Definitely sunbathing holiday. Like, we all like an adventure, but I need to sometimes
I think
chill.
You're a little bit both.
I've done both, but like at this present moment, I need a beach in my life, but also adventure. Definitely like that as well. But now, present moment, beach.
Yeah. Coffee or tea?
Oh, I like tea in the morning. I like a coffee in the afternoon, but a little ice coffee as well.
Oh, yeah.
Vanilla.
You know, because you told me this, so you won't have coffee of a morning when you first wake up, will you? So you'll have a cup of tea, and you've always told me that you have to drink water before the coffee as well.
So if anyone suffers with headaches, right, if you're waking up first thing in the morning and you're having a coffee first thing, you've got to think about, look at me educating already.
Yeah, no, that's what we love.
You've got to think about through the night how much you're dehydrated. The first thing you need, pint of water, then have your coffee.
Okay, and last question is fizzy drink or water? That is the absolute trick question because we all know what she has to say.
Water. I love a nice fizzy. You've got to think about it when you're hot and bothered. You need a fizzy drink.
Yeah. I like a little Diet Coke. I've gone off fizzy drinks and stuff now, but a little Diet Coke in the summer is nice.
Yeah, or a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
You'll have the odd full hot one, but not
of course.
Constantly.
No, you are. So where did you go to school? Because I don't know that I know what school you went to.
I went to Roscoe. So Roscoe's local to us, isn't it? Did you go to Roscoe?
I went to Roscoe, yeah.
So I went to Roscoe, and then my senior school was St John Bosco in Croxton.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So because I was Holly Lodge, but you were the other one.
Yeah.
And so area, because obviously I know. So if you don't know, me and Carla are actually friends. I've actually known her my whole entire life, but we're going to try and pretend that we don't know that.
Yeah.
But where was you brought up? Where did you come from?
I was brought up in Loch Hill, and I still live in the area as well. Yeah. We love it. We're not even moving from there. We're always round there, aren't we?
Yeah, our family all just link into Loch Hill.
Yeah.
If no one knows where Loch Hill, because sometimes I say Loch Hill and people
think we're from Loch Lane. And I'm like,
we're not that posh. Yeah. We're not that posh. So it's like Clubmore area. It's a little bit of a mixture of just in between, not as green and croppy, kind of thing, isn't it?
True, yeah.
A true. And if we really want to get posh, we do throw a little West Derby in there as well.
Yeah. If someone doesn't know, where about now, I'm Clubmore, they go, I'm West Derby.
So did you enjoy school? Did you get on in school?
I didn't like school at all. I struggled a lot in school. I didn't get school. In my lessons all the time, I just didn't pay attention. I when the teacher would speak to me, I wouldn't take it in what she was saying. I daydreams. I haven't got a high attention span, so I would switch off and just, if I'm not interested in something, I won't I just lose.
Yeah. So was you naughty, or you just didn't have the attention?
I think I was.
What was your teachers say?
Sometimes the teacher says I could be the class clown.
Okay, I could see that.
But that was boredom, and I'd just be sitting there bored, and I just didn't enjoy it. So I'd just switch off and start being silly. And the teacher had to move me places sometimes, but I just didn't like school really.
No. And did you obviously went all through school, or did you leave school?
I went to year 11, and then I left school. I didn't do sixth form. No, not a chance.
No, I was the same. I was like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And then, so if you had to pick a favourite subject, what would it have been?
In school, maths.
Okay, maths.
So,
wow.
Considering I didn't like school, I was always good at maths. So I was probably in the lower set for everything. But with maths, I was in set 2.
Oh, wow.
And I was not bad at maths.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I don't mind numbers or whatever. So If I enjoy it, I will like it, but everything else.
And I bet you now that is like, because obviously we will get into obviously her business and what she does, but I bet you now that is really useful for you to have, because I've just got a new Apple Watch. Well, actually it's a black one off TikTok,
Yeah.
but it'll tell me like how many calories, and I don't know numbers. So I'm just like, it means nothing to me.
And all your steps, it picks up your
Yeah,
steps
and like
all
your
that, doesn't it?
kgs and all that. So I bet you that actually really did help. So your friends in school, if I was to get them and say to them, what is Carla going to end up? What is her job going to be when she's older? What would they have told me?
Well, I'm not sure, but my last year of school, you've got to do work experience, haven't you? So I picked the army.
The army?
I picked
Oh,
the
wow.
army.
How interesting.
And a few of the girls come the army, like the army. I think we had to stay for like 3 days. We had an absolute ball. But when I left school, I went to Hubert College, and I decided I wanted to go in the army.
Wow.
So,
I didn't see, look, this is why I couldn't wait to do it,
Yeah.
because I just didn't know that about you.
I know, so I decided I wanted to go in the army. My two sisters were in the Navy, and I was like, no, I want to go to the army. So we had to do, I'd done a course in Hubert in year one. It was uniform services. So we had to wear these army kicks, these big clunker boots, right? You had to polish the front of them.
Oh, wow.
And I had to get the bus to college in these army pants.
Okay.
I had a bright red t-shirt and you had to tuck it in, and I was on the uniform services.
Because you're only little like me as well, so I bet you looked ridiculous.
I look like a
And is it all like, because it's all like slick back, like there's a certain way you have to do the bun and stuff like that, isn't it?
It was just
it's all about
appearance,
teaching you like how, like the terminology, no, what's determination,
organisation. But yeah, I had to wear these red t-shirts, tucked in my army pants, in my big clunker boots, and yeah, slash back and a little tight bun, and we had to wear that for the full year. Like, full year.
Wow.
So if you were in year 11, like some of the girls who went on the army, like the thing with me, they done the course with me as well. But once I'd done the course, I decided, Carla, you don't want to be in the army.
It went for you. No. But you did end up doing something physical, so possibly there was a little something you was looking for, but it just was not the army.
I didn't do PE in school either, you know.
I was going to ask you that just then. So you didn't like, there was this come later on in life?
Yeah. I'd done expressive arts in school.
Okay.
I failed, but you know, I was on expressive arts. But yeah, PE, it were never really an interest to me until probably the army course, and then after that, that's when I done.
So what was your first job?
Do you know?
I think, was it with my granddad?
So my very first job, your granddad, who I absolutely love, I was 14, and he said to me, do you want to start glass collecting in the pub? He gave me a £5 an hour, and he said it's like 4 hours. I was 14, I was getting £20, and he didn't make like me do the 4 hours. I'd do the 2 hours, and I'd just be collecting the glasses. So yeah, that was my first job. He's had me there every Friday and Saturday. And I forgot that, you know, and my mum said to me, do you remember the glass collecting? And I was like, oh my God, how could I forget without Jimmy? So yeah, my first was glass collecting.
I'm almost certain that you was too young to be working at 14, but we were.
Yeah, no,
it was a different era then.
You used to smoke in the pubs then. That was when you used to smoke.
Yeah, I used to have to run in to go and collect my dad, and like my mum would stop outside the car, and I'd run in and I'd come out.
Have a chest infection. You used to walk out the farms with a chest infection. So after that, I used to work in a betting shop. Yeah. And I carried on working in the betting shop for 15 years. And when I first started, you could smoke in there. So I didn't used to smoke. And it would be this small of a room, and they just smoke. You'd walk out, you'd have everything on your throat, yeah.
That is crazy though, isn't it? Like
Times
to think that, you know, like sometimes when I'm on holiday though, I like the little smoking vibe because you can't do it. Yeah. You know, like sometimes if you go to Spain or somewhere, they can still smoke in the area.
Yeah, but then you feel how old you are, and you think that you're talking 20 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, let's not go there.
Wow, that is crazy.
It was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Right, so Young Fitness was established in December 2020. So, like, does it feel like it was that long ago?
Well, Young Fitness weren't.
Right, okay, if I got that wrong.
Well, not to an extent. So, I first started college in 2020, and I qualified as a circuit instructor, like 5 months. I think it was a few months in. That was our first thing we done. So I thought, oh my God, I'm a fitness instructor now, I can do whatever I want. So I started the Instagram page and I called it Carla Circuits. So 4 years ago, it was Carla Circuits.
Yeah.
Young Fitness, and I got a notification of this the other day, is a year old.
Okay, so it was a rebrand.
It was
a rebrand.
I thought I'd grown a little bit from Carla Circuits. On the rec, I used to get, I'm sure you used to do it.
Yeah.
I used to get, like, I just was now I was a qualified circuit instructor. I thought, well, to me oyster, I'm smashing it. I bought loads of equipment and I used to message all my mates, Ashley, anyone, Nina, all of you, and I'd be like, right, we're doing circuits on the field. And also got like people give me steps and all that. So I was a full-on circuit instructor on the rec field. 7 o'clock in the morning.
It was brilliant. It was early hours. It was like pre-COVID, or it was a little bit in between, weren't it? Like the world was just starting to open back up. So it was hard to still, because you couldn't get to a gym. And yeah, I loved it. It was really good. She's so enthusiastic. Like, if you need a PT in your life, you need Carla.
I get excited.
Because she is like, she's one of these people, like, you go, like, I always used to say to, like, how many coffees have you had? And she's like, I haven't had a coffee. And I'm like,
7 o'clock in the morning, go! You know what? I like to motivate. Maybe this is the army in me.
Maybe.
But I think the best thing of training someone is the motivation, and that, like, people, even myself, when I train, I struggle to motivate myself. But if I've got someone saying to me, come on, do it, you think, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you that little bit more, like, adrenaline, what you need. So, yeah.
So you went back, so you qualified and you went to college, but you'd had your little boys then by then, hadn't you?
Yeah.
So you'd had the babies and you was in college. How did you find that, studying and being a mum?
It had to happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen. So, weird enough, when I was on my army course, and then I didn't want to be in the army no more, so I'd done the same course the year after. Okay. So I went to Liverpool Community College then and was studying to be a PT. Right. And I passed my first year, and then my second year I failed because I was 17, 18, maybe 18, and I was just discovering going out, you know, partying, and like, I didn't push myself like I should have until...
Well, you're not going to at that age, are you? You're not supposed to at that age either, are you?
So I failed that year, and then my auntie, seen my auntie, and I was working in a chemist at the time, just like a Saturday girl, and she said, I was like, I'm looking for work, so I was full-time in William Hill, then she got me a job, and then because I'm getting all that money each month, like, I think I was on EMA, I think I was on £30 a week when I was in college. So when I was getting like £800 a month, I thought, right, this is me then. I can go on holidays and that. So then, back to your question, when I'd had my kids, I was still in the betting shop. And when I was working, I was thinking, it weren't fulfilling. It weren't giving me, like, it weren't, my brain weren't ticking no more. Like, I was struggling. I was daydreaming. I was on my phone and work because I was bored. And I knew that job, like anything, I could do it with my eyes closed. I've been there for 15 years. People are walking the door, and I needed something to make me think. Yeah. And it just weren't right for me no more. Even at the job was sound, like, I'm a people person, so people walk in, you'd have an absolute laugh with them. And it was a good job. I'm not going to knock it as a job. It was easy, but it weren't, like, I needed to do something for me, and I wanted to work for myself. So when Archie was born, I was still in a position where I had to go to work to earn a living, and you know, I needed to still provide and all that for him, which obviously I was. But when Arla was born, my second one, and I thought, I need more, because when you're on a set wage, right, and that set wage from the betting shop isn't enough, and you feel like you can't give your kids that life, you know, you want to give them, and I'm not saying everything, I'm just saying more comfortable. When you want to give them that, and the job, but you're getting a set wage, and you're buzzing because you've had a tip from work, because you've got a bit extra, that weren't enough for it. So it was obviously I wanted to do it to earn more money, but also for me as well, for my mind, and to get myself thinking again, and not just sitting there bored all the time.
I always say that about self-employment. It's the biggest blessing is, if I need money, I can find it. We're in an employment, you can do overtime, but now you get taxed off it. I mean, we do pay our taxes, but, like, you know, like, you get taxed off it, and by the time it's then 3 hours extra, there's not like, I love about self-employment, like I always say, like, if I get up in the morning and I need to find that rent, I will find that rent.
You know what, you're spot on. So, like, the same with you is the same with me. If I'm having a quiet month, like, you get some months where, like, people go, oh, I can't carry on, and you get it, because people are skint. So you think to yourself, right, how am I going to earn a bit more money? And you know you've got to.
Yeah,
You've got to. So,
and it's like the opportunities just seem to come then, isn't it? It's like I go, why can't I think like this all year round? Why do I only get this when I'm skint?
But you know what? Actually, sometimes it's the push you need.
Yeah.
Like if you're thinking, oh, it's fine and blah blah. The minute you're struggling a little bit or your work's not coming in, you need that push to say, right, I need ideas, and that helps your business grow, because in your quietest months, what have you got to fall back on?
Exactly.
You need to fall back, and then that's when you come up with ideas.
Yeah, and it's like that thing, isn't it? Like diamonds are made under pressure. Like
Of course,
I thrive off that pressure.
Yeah.
I need that. If I'm all settled and everything's thinking and I'm dead restless, I'll get anxious.
Yeah.
I need that little bit of like unsettlement, that little bit of nervy in my belly.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, like contentment is okay, but you know when you go a little bit and then you get that peak, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's the reward, isn't it? After, and you're like, strive for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying my hardest. I'm coming up with ideas, and you're coming up with ideas under pressure, definitely.
Yeah. So with the kids, so just how old are the babies now?
Well,
I'm saying babies, they're not even babies.
One is 6 on Saturday, and the other one is 8. A few weeks
6
later. Sounds.
That's where that pressure comes from.
Yeah, it's my birthday in June as well.
Mine
so.
too.
Oh yeah, you're little
Gemini.
Weird Gemini, weird Gemini like me. So both June. One's he's 6 on Saturday, party tomorrow. Like honest to God, it's hectic, and then the other one, the older one, a few weeks later.
So is it important for you, Carla, to keep them like active, and then for them to like, is that like a thing in your household?
100%.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah.
So them kids, like I've got to keep them active, because like every day, it's mad, because okay, they might be in footy every day, or I think Monday, Tuesday footy, Wednesday, Thursday they're with the dad, they go swimming, boxing, Friday footy, Saturday games, Sunday we have a rest day, but when I say rest day, they're on the scooters, we're going for a walk, and also I've just messaged someone for kickboxing lessons, and I just think as much as it can be a lot, it's only 1 hour, so when they're coming in from school, it's 1 hour. What else are they going to do? Like sit on iPads, or like I'm quite fortunate of where I live in a close, so mine can play out, and I know a lot of people aren't fortunate like that, but mine can play out, so they're always there. I'm in the front being a goalie. Yeah. And I've got them all teaming, even all the bigger kids. I'm getting smashed in the face with the ball. Like that, oh, Carla, you're going, I'm playing tick with them.
Because I have heard the two of them are fantastic at football. I have heard.
Yeah, they are. They're really good, and they're passionate. Like I wouldn't push them into it if they didn't like it. So I wouldn't be like, no, you're going to footy. We'd think of something else. Like, so they don't really like walking. Okay, I may push them into the walking. They don't really like it because they're always in the car with me going places. But I'm like, no, we need to. You'll get better at footy if you're walking. And like even the eating's changed a little bit now, because they both want a 6-pack.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, they went through a phase of, and you can't help it, like chicken nuggets and chips. The kids, aren't they? And so they went through a phase of that. And so I'm like, no, you need your pasta, you need your chicken and all that, and your broccoli. So
how amazing is that to put that? Yeah, it's so amazing, because I think it is so important, because what can happen as a mum is you don't want to push like bad habits on them, but also so like you think, well, I don't want them to be obsessed with their eating. I don't want them. So it's a nice heavy, like it's a nice balance of it, because also I do think it's really important now, because of the world we live in, that they do keep fit and they do keep active.
They do. Well, like, so I was working last Saturday, weren't I? And the kids have got to come to work with me sometimes. So Ashley, we're getting out the car. They had lolly ice. All of that just scored 2 goals.
There you go.
They had lolly ice, Chris, drink. It was a fizzy drink, and I was going, it's just to keep them like a little bit quiet, and you went quiet. The sugar rush, And I was like, I know, it's about balance. So they are kids, and you can't like deprive them. You can't deprive them of the sweets too much, like, but you also can't give them constant shit. Like, you've got to try and make sure they're getting the fruit, the veg. Like, also we went to the Carberry last week, and normally we go to Carberry, they would have chicken nuggets and chips, but because they want a 6-pack now, they got a roast and put peas on it. And I said, eat peas, we can have an ice cream. So he says, how many? And I mean, these are garden peas.
Right, they count.
Garden peas like 1 million, isn't it? So Arlo's going, I went 4, so we eating them. He's going, 10. delicious. And I'm just like, oh, ice cream, go on.
Yeah, well, that definitely works, because how my mum got me to eat vegetables is she told me that I would have spots if I didn't eat them.
Yeah.
So I used to hold my nose, and I used to eat me veg on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'd only eat them on the Sunday roast, and I used to hold my nose because she'd tell me if I get spots. So that definitely works.
Well, they want 6 packs, so I'm like, okay, eat your chicken, and we're doing like from chicken nuggets to fresh chicken. We're getting there, we're getting there, aren't we? Yeah.
What about, so say for instance, will you, now that you've gone from employment and self-employment, would you ever push them into one way? Would you want them, like, say, like, is it important for them to be academic in school? Do you want them to go to uni? Or are you like, you know what, I just want them to have life lessons? What is
that one first, but also you've got to remember, you've got to think of what they want, and you can't push them into a road where they don't want, because at the end of the day, we want them to have a good life, and your work is like 40, if you're working full time, it's 40 hours, isn't it? And to be in a...
I wish it was 40 hours.
Start off with, and
that sounds like a weekend to me.
But to start off with, and if they're in a job they hate, and you're pushing them into something they hate, you had to push your kids into something they love. And this is where, like, if your kid struggles at maths, okay, get him the extra maths lessons or whatever, but like, if he's thriving at English or he's thriving at PA, can we not push them there? Because that's obviously what they're good at. And okay, maybe because I'm doing my own business now, that doesn't really mean they have to. Like, as long as they might enjoy that, they might want to be a scaffolder. And if that's what they want to do, and they enjoy it and they're happy, and maybe put them in the scaffolding, and then they might own their own scaffolding company eventually.
Of course.
Or I would love them to, if one wants to be a doctor, like, this is why now I have started. I've always had a savings account, and I push it, and hopefully when they're 18, like, one of them wants to go to uni, they would have it there. If they want them to be a doctor, I push them into a doctor. But if they're not that way, you just need to push them into something what they want to do, and they can thrive off it. Give it the all, as long as they're giving it the all.
I think you just got to give them the tools, haven't you? I mean, I'm not a mother, and then, but like, I always think, like, I would like to see kids taught that they don't get taught in school. Money management, finances, stuff like that. Like, now later on in life, I'm really trying to educate myself on that stuff, because it's a trick. They do not want you to know that in school. They want you to leave at 18. They want you to get credit cards. They want you to get contract loans. They want you in debt. And it is so easy. But I do want to go back, because I did see the other day that they ran a 5K with you.
Well, it was, okay, so sports, I do have them active. So it was last May, I done a challenge with Joe out of our gym, and I said, right, should we raise a little bit of money for Alder Hey? And it's a little bit rewarding for yourself, doing it, and it pushes you to do it. So it was the 1st of May last year, it was the first day of the challenge, and I thought, I need to be running every day, really 10K, to get to the 200K, having the 2 days off, because I think it was only 28 days, and I had the kids, so it was the 1st of May, I couldn't do it because the kids were off school. I think it was bank holiday or something. So then the second day, they were off school again. I thought, they're doing it. They're doing 10K with me. So they were like, we're going for a run. I got the trainees and everything on them. I took them to Walton Park, and oh, God help them. So I brought the scooters, and they ran.
Did they?
Walton Park. They ran 3K.
Wow.
They ran 3K.
I couldn't do that.
They were incredible. They ran 3K. I think it was once and a bit round the park, and the little legs, and I thought they went, come and get your scooters. I put like a little reel up of it. It's so good, And
it's
then
amazing.
And then we had to go and get the scooters. It took us an hour and 15 minutes or something, which is so good considering.
No, it's fantastic.
But they were going, it was 9K, and I thought it was 10K. This is like a challenge in my head, and all I was only 4 at the time. And he's small, and he was going, my legs, and I was going, come on, and people were walking the dogs around the park, and they were like, they were thought, what she's doing and like the poor kids are struggling. I'm going, come on, 9K, come on, and he's on 10K
that's
with
fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous.
I think if your kids, they are watching your every move, and fitness is everything. It is everything to keep them active and mentally happy.
Yeah.
So when they done that, and they watch me, because obviously we'll talk about it later, but they watch me exercising in my living room and all that, that is hopefully inspiring them to keep active themselves.
100%. Okay, so I want to change the tone a little bit now, Carla, because I know to son, obviously I'm your friend, so I know, but I want you to speak about it because I really think it sounds pure deep. Don't worry, it's not like heavy, but I think that the viewers would really, really like resonate with it, and I think it's really important and really special. So you posted a video in November 2023, and since you posted that video, I've seen your business change a lot. I feel like it's really focused on women and mums and stuff. So I want you to just talk about the video and what that video meant to you.
Okay, so I think I know what video you're talking about. I was just scrolling Instagram and this meme come up. It's like a video, a reel, say a reel. It was 8 seconds long, and it was so crazy the way a video can grip you, the way it gripped me. And it made me so emotional. 8 seconds, and it was about a woman. She was just in the gym, and it's about, and it just says something like finding yourself again. I don't know, it was 8 seconds. I can't even really remember what it was, but I know it gripped me. So I shared the video to me stories, the way you can on Instagram. And when I've shared it, I got a lot of comments and likes, and I thought, the way that's got me, that's got to get other people as well. Like it was mad. It was bizarre how something can do
And
that.
the video was about a woman who had lost herself through being a mum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was like the vibe, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that's it.
Yeah.
Finding myself after becoming a mother, and she's in a gym, and it's through exercising. So when like it kind of brings you back to a place when you see something like that, and where I was in November last year to where I was after the kids, I was like, wow. Like when I seen that woman training, it reminds me of me training. And when I went in the situation I was now, you are in when you have kids, whatever position you're in, regardless of like whatever circumstances, everyone finds it hard. So you are so vulnerable. You've got no confidence. What I found I was, and I do feel people can relate to either. And
no, they definitely 100% they because I seen a switch in, people will comment to me and saying, "Did you see that video Carla posted?
Yeah.
Did you see?" And like,
Yeah.
I'm not a mother, but I could see, and I can see because sometimes I can see it through friends, and I think, God, it's called like they're a mum now. Oh, they're a mum, and the women get that, don't they? And they
You're
think
not
like,
just a mum.
no,
And this was
no.
the realization of it. Like when you have kids, you say everything is about them. Everything becomes about them. Like, and you forget about yourself. And I understand that kids are number one, and they are our number one. Like, but when they're so little, especially, and you can't move, and you're having sleepless nights, and it's a very lonely place to be. Like, as I say, regardless of anything else, it's lonely, and your body shapes change too. Like, even if you've got your stomach, you can't eat properly because when you're eating on the go. You're not eating proper meals no more because you don't have time. You can't even sit down and have a cup of tea no more. Like you drink cold tea. So if you're having a baby, get used to cold tea and cold toast, and you're not eating nutritious foods. You're just eating crap because you've got to eat. You feel sluggish. You don't really like out in public. I know it's still bizarre, and it's mad to say, but as I know people can relate, out in public, you feel a bit embarrassed. Not embarrassed, but like you feel insecure.
That's the word. That's the word.
And like you feel so insecure, and it's just hard. So like, when you just need to try and pull yourself out of that, and this is when the video come next day.
So you was feeling this, obviously you've related to, because that's the way you was feeling. Was you PTing at the time, or did you, because you are dad, because I know you posted the video, but you were relating to what you felt like. So when you wasn't PTing at the time, because you, like, Carla literally gets up at 6 a.m. and does Zoom PTs of a morning.
I get up at 5:30.
She gets up at 5:30. She's one of them 5:30 people. I'm so
5:30.
I can't.
Assumes at 6.
She's gonna say she has green tea as well soon and does yoga and Pilates. But so not only so not only does she, because this is what I've watched, and I think, I don't even know whether maybe I just think this about you, but I feel like that is your why and that's your niche to your business. I feel like you literally encourage women just through walking through the gym. But if you can't get to the gym, fine, let's do
Exactly.
a Zoom. You've found that little bit. This is how I felt possibly, or this is how I see people feel. So let me try and make it more accessible for them to exercise.
Exactly. And what changed for me was college.
Yeah.
That changed me as a person because, as I say, I was feeling all these things, and it was just because I'd had a baby, and then I had two, and I weren't doing nothing for myself. Like, it was absolutely nothing. So when I just thought, right, college now, I need to start training, I need to get into my fitness, and I need to have a career.
Yeah.
I needed a career, so I got into college and I started exercising a lot more, and that's when it changed. So when I seen the 8-second clip, 8 seconds, what made me sob. How? And when I seen that, it was playing on my mind all night, and a lot of people messaged me over it. So I was in my car, like we all do our videos in the car.
Yeah.
So, and I just started talking. And I didn't. It was the first bit. I did not like it didn't even take 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that was so unusual for you to get on the phone and talk like that. I mean, like, now just the confidence of you coming on a podcast has grown so much. Like, for you to get your screen out and be so vulnerable and speak about something
2 minutes as well.
Yeah,
and then when I watched the video, I thought, are you all right?
Yeah.
So I think okay.
Felt like that, Steve.
So wait, sorry. But
No.
when I started talking on the video, I just started speaking. I can't really remember. It was just about speaking about when you have a kid, you still have to look after yourself because you will become a better parent, like a better mom, better dad, because everything is for them, but your kids want to see you happy. They don't want to see you sitting there sluggish. They don't want to see you. And also, when you're not eating right, you're drained. When you're not exercising, you've got no energy. As much as people say you're exercising, you're burning energy, you've got no energy. No, when you exercise, it helps. It gives you more energy. When you eat well, it helps. So when you're a mum and you're just eating and you're not like you're walking or you're sitting in play centres all the time, what are you doing for you? And that was the absolute turning point. The turning point in my life since having kids was going to college.
Yeah.
Because it was about me then. It was about meeting new friends. It was about putting them few hours I was in college.
Yeah, that was you were Carla. You weren't mum, you were Carla.
Game changer.
Also, just because obviously it happens with women, but I do want to, I left it out because I did want to share with you on the pod. Obviously, so I went PTing with Carla, and I was probably at the biggest I'd been, and I also was in the gym. She does women only gym, and I wasn't feeling confident, so I switched to the Zooms of a morning because I didn't want to be in the gym. I felt like every time I'd sit up, you'd see I used to wear big baggy t-shirts,
and I'm scarred. I've got PTSD off it. It was this long t-shirt,
big baggy t-shirt.
Like, what's that, roasted?
Yeah. So what I done is I switched to the Zooms of a morning, and I could literally wear me vest top, me bra. It's my arms, and so even just as a woman, just as a human being able to actually just exercise in my living room until I felt confident. Now you see me smash the gym, in the gym nearly every day, but just you give me that little bit, because then I was like, I do enjoy exercising, I just don't feel confident right now being in here, so let me do this. And honestly, every morning, like, I get up, it's so hard for me to get up at that time, like, I'm not joking, but it's so hard, it literally give me the confidence back to be like, I love exercising, I just don't feel comfortable right now, so let me do this, because that is like so like nice of you to actually give up your time to do that for women.
So the Zoom started by the Zooms. I struggled to PT early. This is like one of the reasons I struggled to PT early. So I was thinking, like, people ask me for half 6 PTs, and I was like, I can't, I've got kids, I can't leave the house. So I started doing the Zooms just because with a PT, it's expensive, isn't it? It's an expensive bill every single month, and people also struggle getting the gym for time. It can be time consuming, especially if you're in work. If you're waking up in the morning, you're getting the kids ready, you're going to work all day, you're coming home from work, then you've got to cook the teas, and you are struggling to get to a gym. So the Zooms came from myself and my personal thing, and then also it was to do with
because it's so affordable. Sorry to just interrupt you there, but because just say the price of it, because that's it exactly for me as well. I'm like, as you all know, I'm like big on finance and whatever, and it was how cheap it was. I was like,
So like it's £25. £25 for 4 weeks.
yeah,
You get three
it's
live
crazy cheap.
sessions.
It's brilliant.
3 live sessions, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You get to wake up with me.
Yeah.
You know,
What a great wake up call.
here I am in front of you, like shoving the stuff off the radiator. It's £25, 12 sessions a week, and they're all recorded. So a lot of people are messaging me and they go, "Oh, I had a bad night with the kids. I'm going to do it on catch up. I'm going to do it in my break in work. You know, just bring your kettlebell to work." So yeah, it's
We are going to tag here, obviously, Instagram. So if that is something that you are listening to and you're like, do you know what, that is ideal for me, I could really do that, then get in touch with Carla, because honestly, it gave me the confidence again to get back into the gym and stuff. I just needed that little bit of like that 4 weeks on my own. I don't think I managed to do 3 times a week for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I definitely was one of them in the morning. Carla, I've had a bad night.
Well, do you know, also I'll throw some challenges in as well.
Yes, she does.
So like I throw a weekend challenge, I'll throw like ab challenges in there, I'll throw step challenges in there, and you become like, like everyone's in a WhatsApp group. So the WhatsApp group, you can throw your food ideas. I'll show people, I'll give them the macros for them.
It's like a little community, isn't it? It's brilliant. Also, what you've done that I want to speak about as well, because I just think it's fantastic. Going back to that video, you actually then done a giveaway. You've done a collab with Average Girl Gymwear, and you've done a giveaway, and it was for a lady, and it was the start of her new year, and she won PTs, didn't she, and some gym clothes.
Yeah, so when I'd done the video I just done like the 2-minute video, a lot of people messaged me. So we done that, and then Average messaged me on Instagram. She was like, "Carla, like it's amazing." She could relate as well, and she was like, "Carla, like, should we do something together and give away to these ladies who, you know, where you're looking back and thinking they're probably in your situation you was a few years ago?" And I was like, "That's perfect." And so what we done a thing. We get to tag someone who they thought would benefit. Average was giving away 2 gym sets, and I was giving away some PTs as well. I think some of my Zooms. And yeah, the girl who won it, so someone won it, it was Christmas Eve, they won it. And the girl who won it, she was so appreciative. She's got 2 young kids, and like she was just so grateful. Like when I did the PT, she gave me like a little she gave me a voucher. It was just amazing.
It's so nice, and
it's rewarding.
You know, it is rewarding, but it's so lovely, and that's why I wanted to just plug it in here and mention it, because as someone who runs a business, the most valuable thing to me is my time. Like, it is my time. So for you to give up them slots and for you to do that, I just think it was like worth a little pat on the back. Well done to you, and also obviously Average as well.
Yeah, you know when you're in a position where like you feel like you can give back to someone, it's more rewarding than anything, and what you get out of it is just, it's amazing.
You must get that a lot with as you start to see the transformations, and just even not even physically, just even mentally, just like you must see. You know what I just don't know about? Is it only women you train, or do you train men as well?
So the gym I work with, it's an only women's gym. So if you're a member of that gym, it's only women can go in the classes, but I do PT men. And even my classes, what I do, apart from my glue class, that's a woman's only glue class. Even though I get men message me all the time, "Can I come to glue class?" And I'm just like, no. Like I get men message me for PTs, and like, you just know like, no, you're not getting one where I do PT men if they actually.
Yeah, of course, because it was actually my younger brother wanted to know, Sam, like, because he.
Oh, any day.
Yeah, he was like, "Does Carla only train women?" I was like, you know what, I don't really know. Right, we're going to go a little bit deep now. We're going to get into like the emotional side. This is the best part of the pod that I like. So what I want to know is, what has been your worst day so far in business? I know, sorry.
Okay, so when I got my first PT, like when I was working first, it was a new gym to me. I loved it there. I got all my clients there, and then I left on kinds of bad terms.
Okay.
And it was, everything's okay now, but the way I left, I remember I left there and I went home and I was just like sobbing, and I thought to myself, this is the worst time, because I thought, where am I going to go with me clients? I've like built up this clients, and so where am I going to go? And I sat on my couch for 2 days and cried solid. And I was like, and this is what we're saying before, when you're on like thinking in these ideas, you need to be in a position where your head's kind of
Because you
gone.
did try a few gyms before you got to Body and Soul, didn't you? Because I was actually PTing with you at the time. And
Oh my God, yeah. So
there was a few. I mean, and Body and Soul was just made for you, wasn't it? It just, you couldn't have got, like, it's just meant.
yeah, so as I say, I was on the couch, I was upset, so I was looking at all gyms. I thought I need somewhere, and I've got to pay rent somewhere else. Like, how am I going to do this? I was devastated, and I just one day, like, sort your head out.
Yeah.
Like, you sort your head out, message people, and get to another
Yeah,
gym. It's
sort
one
your
step
shit.
back, 2 steps forward. And do you know how upset I was that day? That what happened, like, it was not unreally, but at the time it was.
Of
And
course, yeah.
everything,
It was your business
it was more my
settled.
business than anything,
Yeah, of
but
course.
that was the best thing to ever happen to me, because then I messaged Lois. Lois is like the gym's right by here, and I messaged her and I was like, I'm looking to be a PT, and she was like, we're full at the minute. Like she has a client, like her PT is there. She's like, I'm full. So I said, okay. She went like, call down or like message me again in a few weeks. I was like, are you free tomorrow?
Aww.
And she was like, yeah, I'm free about 10 o'clock. I went, I'll be there. I had my kids with me. I think they were off school at the time. I was like, I'm coming tomorrow. So I'll come to see her. I had the 2 kids with me. And I was like, hiya. And she was like, like, you're looking to start. And we just, like, she's amazing.
She's actually coming onto the podcast as well. We're excited to have her on as well. But it was definitely made for you. And it's that thing, like, what's meant for you doesn't pass you by.
Yeah, like that. Going from a gym where it was a mixed gym to going to Lois's gym where it was a all women's gym. I think that got me a lot more clients, if I'm honest with you, because I didn't realise I'll train in front of everyone and anyone, but girls and women won't.
It's a big. There's an area in my gym that I just won't go to. I actually call it Steadhead area.
Yeah,
and I just won't go to it
walking
because it's
around
all
like that.
men. Yeah, and I just go and just pass it.
Like,
so
yeah, but as soon as I moved to an all women's gym, like people were messaging me going up Carla, and like everyone was. I got a lot busier, if I'm honest with you. And with working with someone who, like Lois, she just wants the best for you. She's amazing, and like, if anything, you have to, with your work environment, you have to be around people who want the best for you. You need a good click.
Yeah.
And if you've got to remember how many hours you're in work, and if you're feeling like crap, if
a
it's
bad
not,
egg. Oh, I always say if you get a bad egg, oh my
Yeah,
god, it drain you.
And so in our gym, it's boss, all the girls are boss, and we just get on, and you're going to work like buzzing, and you be dead silly, and you're comfortable as well, and that's and all my clients, like everyone who comes in the gym, like the remarks they get, it's like, Carla, I love training there. Like, we all like just join the conversation and motivate each other.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
Yeah. What's been your worst day? Oh no, it just said that. Sorry. What's been your best day so far?
So, okay, my best day is I do class in Hubert College, and that's where I studied as well. Studied in college for 2 years. And 2 years ago, my last year at the PT, we had PTs come in, and they came in to like discuss their journey and how far they come. So when they come in, I remember watching them and I was so inspired. Like, I really was inspired. I was thinking, oh my God, they're doing amazing. They're doing so well. 4 of them came in, and I was like, I would love to do that one day and like tell people my story and where I am. And I was doing a spin class in Hubert's, like, when was it? I think it was a few months ago. I think it was March this year. And my old teacher approached me. I always used to see him in there. He always asked me how I am and that. And my teacher approached me and he said, Carla, you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what are you doing next Wednesday after your class? And I was like, well, and he said, no, he's so nice. He's lovely. And he's like, what are you doing about 1:30 straight after your class? And I was like, not. And he said, we used to do a talk in front of my pupils and tell them about your journey so far. And I was like, what? Like, this was exactly me 2 years ago, being inspired by the people who were in, like, learning.
Yeah.
So I was like, honest to God, I drove home that day. I was absolutely terrified. I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? But I know I've got to, like, my story is good and where I've come from now. You know, when you write everything down, you're like, oh my God, I've actually done all right. Yeah. And you don't realise, you don't give yourself enough credit. So I said, yeah. And then the following, so that was the Wednesday, it was Wednesday after. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I was terrified. But do you know, the main thing, you have to come out your comfort zone. If you don't come out your comfort zone, you're not going to grow. So it's about, like, today, do you know, this is big for me doing this
Yeah.
today. And as much as people see me in the gym like confident, I don't shut up, I'm silly, and like this though, sitting down with a camera in front of me is terrifying. But like doing that in Hubert is terrifying. But you know, once I done it, I had to do a spin class before it to get the the adrenaline pumping and all that. All the pupils were sat there, and the teacher, he was, and I was nervous as well because he's the one who's taught me.
Yeah,
He
of
made me.
course.
It was
Oh
down
God,
to him,
yeah.
but and I was talking to them all, and like I told him, he says how long, and I said 20 minutes. I was talking for an hour and 20 minutes. And I don't understand. And I was like, but they were all like, you know, they were
No,
all
of course.
like,
Yeah, I like.
they were paying attention, and and then they were asking questions, and I was giving them advice, and I was like, what? This is amazing! Like,
But
best
that is
thing.
so gorgeous for you to be watching someone be inspired, because you know, you do that. You do look at other people and think like this. But that's why one of the main reasons I wanted this podcast is because I was sick of people thinking I was smashing it, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking tell them. I'm just gonna get on
Yeah.
and say, look. Forget Instagram. I might
Yeah.
look like I'm smashing on Instagram, but it's so good because I compare myself now to people, and I know that people may look at me and think like, oh well, so for you to be watching them and then spin back, and then you know they are watching you, and they're gonna, it's just so amazing, and you are so real as well, so they would have related.
That to me was massive. Honestly, the biggest thing since I've been a PT was asking to come to Hubert and speak about my journey so far, and all the students really engaged in what I was saying and interested in what I was saying, exactly the same as I was.
Yeah.
And like the teacher, and it's mad, but he was so proud of me,
Oh.
and like it's just good. Also, another one, I got asked to work in the hostels. So it's about young adults, young
Okay.
vulnerable adults who were living in hostels, and I got asked by Local Solutions to go and train them and make them feel better about
That's
themselves. And we do it in the Local Solutions office, and I just bring me kettlebells and all that, and being able to make someone's day or hour just that little bit better was like
Yeah.
them too.
That's what you love, isn't it? I can tell.
Yeah, it's about making
That's
people
your
feel
why,
good.
and that's what you do. If there was something that you could think about now, it is a little bit question that might put you on the spot, but
Oh.
if you could say now, there is something that is holding me back right now, is there anything that, like, if you was to say like there's something that's holding me back now that in the future I'm going to look at and go like, I'm glad that I've done that? Is it like confidence? Is it, because I always think with PTs, this is what I'm trying to get to, I need to explain it better, you just must feel like you have to be perfect, post the perfect picture, post the perfect thing, you know, like for me, I'm just so like double chin on the thing, like I like honestly it just doesn't bother me no more. But like, do you think that, like, okay, so let me rephrase it a better, do you think now that was something that was holding you back that you're now coming out of?
I think as a PT, you need to stay in your own lane. You do not compare yourself to others. Like if you think people are like doing better than you, they mightn't be. Instagram is Instagram. You've got to think of real life.
Yeah.
You've got to think of, all right, that image, what people are like, good on them, you know, that's their image and all that. But, you know, what they've obviously got their own insecurities as well.
Yeah.
Like, just do you. And you haven't got your competition, and I'm not just saying it, it's yourself.
Oh God, of course.
Like as long
Yeah,
as
of
you're
course.
growing as a PT. So if I weren't growing, I would think, why aren't I growing? And I wouldn't be looking at other people's
No.
Instagram and thinking, why aren't I like them? I need to look at, why am I not growing for me?
Yeah.
And do stuff what I want to do. Also, like, you don't have to copy people, like, and think, well, this is the new thing to do, so I'm going to do it. No, do you, and give it your all.
Yeah.
Give it your absolute all, and like show people how good you are, not how good you can try to be like someone else.
So like spoke beautifully. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
like,
it really is.
and also we have bad days. Like, I'm a mum. Like, obviously, all right, I might have me abs showing and all that, but you know how tense I am. Do you know? Like, I've got a little high-waisted pair of pants on. I'm tight. Like, it's an angle. Like, I've just been saying to Ella before. Like, you know, watch me double chinning on in this video. You know, we have our own insecurities. We are real people.
And that is so refreshing to hear a PT say that.
No, it really is. Like,
refreshing.
and we have bad days and we have good days. Like, yeah, we can lose over weekends and eat pizza.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's normal. Like, I've got kids. I want to be able to watch a movie with my kids and have some nachos.
Yeah.
I'm not restricting myself. So, like, what has that PT took to get that image? Like it must have been so hard. Like, happiness is everything as well. Like, you know, just be happy for yourself and push yourself. That's all it takes. Like, be a better version than you.
Love it.
Like, even our girls in our gym, like, we all push each other, you know, like, even with Lois, like she says like, what classes you're looking at, there's this available. She just says all the PTs, and that's what it's about. Don't compare yourself to anyone.
No, good. I love that.
No, I say okay then.
Yeah.
But it is, honestly. Yeah.
Love that. Mic drop. Right. So let's take ego out of it. I love this question, but I need you to forget that you're not on YouTube. You're not. Sometimes people are shy, and sometimes people don't want to they don't want to tell me. But you know that I love to get deep. How far does Young Fitness go? Like, where is that going? What is the end goal?
Okay. End goal. I've got young kids, so I need to be realistic. They're in school and all that, but end goal, I would love a gym abroad.
Wow.
I'd love to live abroad, if I'm honest with you. I'd love to live abroad. I don't know where. I know that's like future, and I'd love to just, my kids, it's hard though. It's like, where I've got to be realistic, and I'd love me online small, like shorter. I'd like me online. I'd like to go bigger on me online. I'd also like me knowledge. I'm new to this as well. I'm only 2 years qualified. I want to keep get me knowledge up. But online.
End goal is that you're gonna literally be in like some hot country gym outside. Wow.
Got my shorts
I'm gonna come and visit.
I've got my shorts on. I'm doing like a little HIIT class or something like that.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love that. Right, let's take motherhood, let's take business, let's take it all away. What are you doing for fun? What do you do for fun?
This is a mad one, I don't do it often, but I just like to relax. Because I am constantly, and when I say constantly, I pick them kids up from school. We're in a sport. Yeah, the kids, say if it's Tuesday, I'm just going to use Tuesday for example. It's Tuesday's my busiest day. And I mean, I have not a minute to myself by the kids in school. I pick the kids up from school. They have the dinner dead quick. I've got a client. Then they have to come to footy training. Then I go back to work. I've got a client. They don't leave that gym to me till 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30 of a Tuesday. And then we go home. I love a Sunday, and I know it is fun to me. I love,
of course,
taking the kids
Michelle
out.
Keegan's just said, hasn't she? Like,
I like staying in. Michelle.
She's like, I like staying in. People think it's boring. I like staying in.
Well, I love taking the kids for a little walk, and I love just chilling, watching a film, and just like relaxing. I know that's weird.
No, it sounds so nice.
It's a mad fun, isn't it? Nice. Like, I could say I love walking and hotting and all that.
Yeah.
But I like the odd time.
But you're very active, so it makes total sense that you wouldn't go to.
My fun is relaxing.
Yeah, good. I love that. Yeah.
I don't watch telly.
No.
I don't watch telly, so if I can watch telly in a movie with my kids, then I'm flying. I'm winning.
Right, so we are coming to the end of the pod, and we like to traditionally finish our pod with a little twist.
Oh, yeah.
So now you get to ask me anything that you like. Be kind to me.
Okay. Right, so I know you have 5-year plans, and I just want to know, 5 years ago from now, before, that makes sense, are you where you wanted to be, or are you gone a little bit, are you expected your whatever your expectations, or are you like, where are you from where you wanted to be 5 years ago? Are we there?
Such a good question. I kind of thought that she was gonna. If you watched episode 1, this is the friend who asked me, like, in 5 years, and I was like, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So there's a few like questions. So personally and mentally, I am so much stronger than I ever thought I was going to be. I turned 30 and something happened. I do not give a shit about social media. I'm so secure. I don't know what happened. I'm just so I never expected me to be like this. Not even just social media. I know my boundaries. I know what triggers me. I know I'm just such in a good mind space that in my 20s, or like it was 30, I just didn't expect, but someone did tell me that. Financially, I am way overspent, because I didn't know I was going to lose West Derby. Yeah. That was never in my plan. So to build this and everything was not in my plan. Yeah. But business-wise, on paper, I own 3 companies now.
Yeah.
I've now got me 5 streams of financial avenue coming in.
Yeah.
All I need is time. That's all I need. All I need to do now, I have got all the stepping stones. I have buried each single plant and they just need to flourish.
Love
So
that.
financially, no, I'm not where I wanted to be, but I will definitely still be a millionaire by the time I'm 35.
Oh, I definitely. You know what made me laugh? So when I used to live in Australia, I came home and we went nuts. We went nuts. Like I didn't have kids, and Ashley was nuts. and
That's them fuck it days we talk about.
We've calmed down a lot.
Oh, God, a lot.
Like your business and kids, we've had to.
Yes.
But you know what I love about you? So every year, every Christmas we spend together.
Yeah.
Like if one of us on in the farms on Christmas, it's not Christmas.
No.
Even Ashley's dad, he's like, "Where's Carla?" Like it's not Christmas. So I love the way you find that balance as well. So I want to have to say it. Christmas, it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I hope we might be able to. I've got a video of you. We might be able to put in this.
We will not.
Ella sausage. And Ashley is just living her best life. Like it's 12 o'clock or whatever, and you've got a raving. I don't know what you're singing.
I think I'm singing Jingle Bell Rocks.
Have you got something like that?
I think I'm like Jingle Bell, Jingle. Absolutely blazzers.
And you know what? I just think from where we was coming over from Australia, like I was thinking this the other day, isn't it good the way I am now on your podcast? And who would have thought it? But then when I said that, because we would have thought it because we were young and we've still got it.
Yeah.
Like she's raving.
Oh, we can still have fun. Oh, we can still have fun.
We do know it's about balance.
It's just the next day. It's not fun for me no more.
The next day when your anxiety riddles and you think, was it worth it? But it's always worth it.
It definitely is.
It takes a bit longer to recover this time. But yeah, I just love the way you're smashing it. There's about balance and you still have a ball, and when we see each other we just rave.
Yeah.
And every time I see you always give me that bit of advice. You do, don't you? Even when I was having PTs off about anything, I think we can like bounce off each other with that, can't you? And
no, of course. But I can just, there's not many friends of my friends who have their own business.
Yeah.
So it's so relatable to me in that way. But also flipping it, you are a joy in my life. You have been a joy to this podcast. I know so many people are really just going to enjoy it and just be like, what a breath of fresh air. She is so fun. She is so educated. She doesn't give herself enough credit for actually what you do now. And also, you're just really a nice person to be around. And I think you need that for the PT. You don't want to walk into that gym and feel insecure in front of your PT. She will absolutely work you to the core. Do not get it twisted. She works your ball. You literally leave, and everyone that PTs will be nodding their head now. You are on the biggest high. She is just a big ball of energy. You are a fabulous mother. You are really a fabulous mother. You're a fabulous human being.
She's trying to make me
cry.
You
have been a fabulous guest.
Thank
I
you.
have absolutely loved having you on here.
Thank you so much. It has been my pleasure. Thank you for making me come out of my comfort zone. Thank you for making me grow after this as well. And much appreciated.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And please, as always, bloody subscribe.